Gamers! Yeah!
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Welcome to Scoreboard Gamers. I am Joshua. Thank you for joining us for our fourth podcast.
That was way too formal. Go fuck yourself.
Screw you guys.
All right. I'm starting to
I
shit.
am Joshua.
No, you can't
Doing
be
this
Joshua.
shit because
Yep.
I'm captain. I'm captain. Oh, captain, my captain. Ready, go. What did the hurricane say to the coconut palm tree? Hold on to your nuts. This is no ordinary blowjob. Hi guys, I'm Joshua, and welcome to the Scoreboard Gamers fourth podcast.
Well, welcome everybody. Now that we started about 5 different times, we would like to welcome Michael Jordan. No, not the other Michael Jordan that
This
you're
one's
thinking
white, kind of.
of. Yeah, this one's partially white. Actually, he goes
Michael Jordan!
no, he goes more by Jordan. We just thought we'd introduce him formally. Welcome
guys.
to the podcast.
Thank you. You're such a gentleman.
You're really gonna regret joining us, honestly.
This is how we start things.
I already listened to the last one, so.
Yeah, we try to spit on things, if you know what I mean, in this.
Yeah.
Mostly pussies.
Yes, yes,
You gotta get shit. You gotta get shit lubed up, you know.
yes. And speaking of getting lubed up, we better get started on the Mad Max game because we're gonna rape that game in the review because apparently it is not doing so great. Just to let you know before we get started, Evan is a huge fan of Mad Max, at least since.
So, just because he's gonna be, a fanboy about it, I'm gonna raw dog the whole goddamn thing.
I'm not being a fan. I'm not being a fanboy. Let's do it. You gotta be truthful. With this shit.
I think we can start with the movie, saying it was a great movie. I think everybody can agree with that.
I've yet to see it.
I know. I told Mitchell I promised him when I buy a Blu-ray today or tomorrow, I'll get him. I'll get him on.
We'll all have to get together and watch it.
Yes.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
and Jordan, I don't know if you did or not, so Jordan can watch it with us. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, from me and Josh's perspective, it was a kick-ass fucking movie.
Yeah, and I think the big thing that they were going for in the movie was the use of practical effects as opposed to visual effects and digital, like CGI and stuff. So I definitely added to it, but a lot of people don't realize there was a lot of CGI in the backgrounds and other stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just adds to the film. It doesn't take up the whole thing, which is good.
It's one of the, but I mean, yeah. So ever since then, they made the video game adaptation about the Mad Max, not necessarily Fury Road, but The World, which just came out today.
Yep.
And
Which just happens to be the same day that Metal Gear Solid came out.
yes. And yeah, so apparently, like early reviews are saying Mad Max is shit in the bed.
Yeah, it seems that way. It tries to draw you in with the pretty colors and the pictures of the wasteland, a post-apocalyptic world, and
Mel Gibson's ass.
Yes, assless chaps. Don't forget that part. And the cars. Apparently, the car battles and the drives and stuff like that are pretty amazing. But apparently, it lacks in mission quality, the fighting system, and apparently realisticness when it comes to packing stuff and scrounging and stuff like that. So, a little disappointed to hear that because Eden was talking about it a whole lot before it came out.
And like when they had the footage that they released, and I think they did something at E3, I can't remember, but it did look promising. But of course, when it came to actually testing it out for themselves, I'm guessing it just didn't pull through at all.
I myself didn't have high hopes for it in the beginning, honestly.
Yep. Yeah,
I wasn't too excited about it.
Yeah, it's hard to get excited, I find, about games that are based off of movies. It seems like they just kind of shoot themselves in the foot just by releasing a game that's based off a movie because
look at almost every superhero game that was like a movie and then turned into a game.
Yeah. I think like even the Iron Man games, I was so excited, and then when they were released, they were just complete shit, which just follows to keep the train.
It's almost like it goes both ways. It's like every movie turned video game is usually shit, and especially every video game turned movie is always fucking shit. It's like the same.
Yeah, that's completely right. It's but apparently there's a new role of films coming out. World of Warcraft is or Warcraft releasing a movie.
Cool.
I might actually go see that. I played a bit of World of Warcraft, and I'd like to go see how they do that.
Yeah, it looks
How'd
like
they
it
go
could be
about it?
decent. Yeah, and I mean, I think there's a lot of room there because I mean, the game, like World of Warcraft, is so expansive. I mean, they could do it on just about anything, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And apparently, Last of Us is going to be having a movie coming out.
Oh.
Not anytime
I just
soon, but
I
in the
just want to
future.
find out who is gonna play Joel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll be interesting. I don't like the choice of what's her name, the actress who's Arya of Game of Thrones as Ellie. I don't like that at
Really?
all. Yeah, well, do you know about that, or do you just mean like
I heard about that, and
I don't know, man. I don't-
I think you guys should take a look at Dylan McDermott sometime. And a lot of people are saying he would
Yeah,
be
I
the
like
best
that. That's
person
why I
to
would think
role.
would look the best. Yeah, exactly.
Evan, you were treading on some mighty thin ice right
I lost people too, Josh.
Literally, between that line from Josh and Evan's famous Halo quote, Evan, tell them.
Wait, what? How like iconic it is? Yeah, whenever because Josh being the biggest like Halo freak of all of us, even though Halo was great, and Cortana was it Halo 3 or 4 when she hits the line with "Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep" to cheat. And ever since then, whenever Mitchell says like, "Oh, we should do something like this day or this day," I'll like look him blank in the fucking soul and just be like, "Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep."
That literally ruins my fucking day. I
Yeah,
don't
it
wanna
like
do
pisses him
anything.
off too. Nothing grinds his gears more. And then we'll spin it off and be like, "Don't make a girl a promise you can't queef," and like all these other.
Yeah, yeah. For a second there, I thought you were going to go on about the Halo 3 commercials where they were doing, and the Master Chief turned to me. He said, no soldier should be awarded for doing what is expected of him," or something
Man,
like that, right?
yeah, those campaign commercials make me cry. They're fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, they're so good. I think I made a comment one time on the video, and the Master Chief turned to me and he said, "Where are the white women at?" Um,
Comment of the year.
rest in pieces, Master Chief.
So anyway, but
Rest in
what do
penises.
Yes.
you It's in a grave of severed fucking. So anyway, so on to Phantom Pain. Yes, what do you guys think about that?
I think
I'm-
it's
I'm pumped.
yeah,
Get
Mitchell
next
could probably
Friday.
go. Yeah, it's out of all of us, I'd say Mitchell is the biggest fan. I don't know, Jordan, if you played a whole lot of Metal Gear Solid.
I played like the very first one, man. And
Yeah.
like me and Evan actually played one. Which one was that? 3? Metal Gear Solid 3 that we played before, Evan. It's like the one with like the vampires or
I
whatever.
thought it was like what did
Vamp was in
No, did-
number 3. No,
did
wait,
it
no,
say-
number 2.
Okay, yeah, that's the
Where
one.
you played as
I was
Raiden?
gonna say didn't we start off on like in the rain on a ship at sea?
Yep,
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
on that big tanker.
Yeah, I asked Mitchell about that. I was like, yeah, I remember I owned or my brother owned one, and I was like, what one's that? Because Mitchell would know. And yeah, it was 2, was it?
They did the remaster version of it for the 360.
I bought it, and
nice.
actually, like, I found it harder to play.
It was really hard, man. It was
Like, I tried getting back into it. I'm like, it doesn't feel the same anymore.
no, it doesn't. It's like your childhood, man. And then you grow up and you're like, oh fuck, this is
I actually,
Yep.
different.
I actually
Yeah.
went out and bought a PlayStation 3 so I could play some of the PlayStation 3 games I missed out on because I was an Xbox 360 fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did you just
Yes.
recently do this? I didn't know
I
you
just
did that.
just bought it yesterday, man, and I went out and picked up Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Wow. Nice.
But I'm hoping to get into the Uncharted series.
Yeah, I want to get
okay.
that a start. They come out the collection soon too. I think the first 3. I think right.
Yeah. But if
Yeah.
I can find them cheap before they do that, I might pick them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing with like getting a PS. I want to try to get into some of the PS exclusive series.
Exclusives, yeah. Yeah.
Because there was like games like God of War, Uncharted. There's even a lot of Metal Gear Solid stuff that was mainly PS, growing up,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff missed out on. Hopefully, get to catch up with the PS. Actually, I hooked up my 360 just to keep up with the 360 stuff, as well as do some of the PS stuff.
Sadly,
So-
I sold my 360.
Oh, that's right.
I know. I missed it already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You guys must have seen the rare replay.
The what?
With
Rare.
like Perfect Dark and
Oh,
Conquest Bad Fur Day and all that stuff coming out.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That looks really deadly.
Oh,
Man. I'm excited.
Is it just going to be 360 or not 360 Xbox, or is it going to be multi-platform?
It says Xbox One and Xbox 360. I'm not sure about everything else.
I
Okay.
think
If
Steam
it's
might try and get their hands on that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
never know with
I'd say,
Microsoft.
Steam
yeah.
got their hands on Dead Rising as well.
Yeah.
And on my wallet.
Yeah.
And it's but I mean, back to where we're going with like Metal Gear Solid. Um, I think it should be an exciting game. And,
It's gonna have online gameplay, which they're focusing heavily on this time around.
yeah, it's crazy some of the things you can do in the game. I
You
think
sent me that
online.
video of
Yeah,
that bear.
yeah, it's like everything is happening in the game between you can. There was one video going around where this guy took his horse, shit in the middle of the road, went up to the side of the road. A car went down and slid on the shit and crashed. So the people got knocked out from the crash, and he went up and just slit their throats or something.
Jesus
Holy
Christ!
Yeah.
fuck.
I was like, Jesus.
That's
Yeah,
good gameplay. That's what we're trying to focus on.
it's like when you can kill with shit, you know it's a good game.
Man, I actually wish these people that we're talking to right now could see what Evan just sent me.
We're calling you out. We're calling you out.
We're not letting you get away with that one. That was brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. And we're
Please.
not gonna,
Anyway,
yeah, we're not gonna reveal what it is. Just
I was gonna reveal it, but anyway, what's going
if
on?
this video gets 500,000 likes,
We're gonna tell you about it.
we're gonna post it on our MySpace page.
gossip time.
If we get 100 views on this video by November,
I bought myself an ice cream.
I will post the picture that Evan just sent me.
That's Jesus.
Yeah, it's a self-portrait of him.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll finally get to see the man behind the voice.
Yes, I mean, yeah, yeah. God, how the heck do we get back on topic when we go off on topic?
I'm sorry, that totally fucked us up. I should
No, but I mean,
I'm
just
going downs with this podcast.
oh God, Metal Gear Solid. It's gonna be a good game. It is a good game. I'm hoping to get it sometime soon. I know Mitchell. He was saying
Next
you're gonna
Friday,
get-
payday.
Yes. So you'll have to give us insight into the game when you start playing it. But
I'll
it
probably
looks
grab
good.
it this week too.
Between playing
is.
and jerking off, I don't think I'll have much time to talk to you guys, actually.
Oh my God, that's exactly what it is. I mean, other games that are looking swell that are coming out soon. We all know Battlefront's coming out. Apparently, Fallout 4 released a special Xbox One. They were not giving away, but they had a con.
Ooh.
I actually think Evan has a game that he just recently finished that he'd like
I
to
did
talk
defeat
about.
it. No, we'll go with the original term. I did defeat the game. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. Come on. Tell
I
us about
conquered
He is the
it.
champion.
I slayed it, I conquered it, and I made it my bitch.
it. What game was that, Evan?
I'm the worst
His
greatest.
girlfriend.
What game was that, Evan?
It was Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Yes, and which we didn't know it was released until 2 weeks after it came out.
So, Evan, you want to give us some insight into that
Yeah,
game?
we're like, oh shit, it's out now.
Yeah, do you remember that one?
It's about a boy. It's about a boy, and your only weapon's an ice cream cone, and you have 5 really bitchy older women that you gotta put up their asshole.
Sounds
Now,
like my childhood.
it's a puzzle game. No, fuck you guys. I'm not gonna laugh at that. No, fuck this. I'm out of this podcast. Bye. No, fuck you guys.
You guys can't take anything seriously.
Don't close
Yeah,
this guy.
you guys can't take the jokes. No. Okay. Anyway, no. It's that's the thing. It's really different because if you have the patience for it, because it can get pretty impatient or make you pretty impatient sometimes. You can definitely play it. There's really nothing you can collect, nothing you can use. It's almost like a narrative where you just go along the world freely, like you explore. It's actually a pretty well-sized map. Like it's like a huge town and like farmland and shit. And you're
Yes.
pretty much going in the direction you want, and you listen to stories, and you kind of make your own interpretation of what has happened to this certain community, and like what happened to the people of it, because it's all bare and there's no one left but you. And it's pretty much just like you're watching the story unfold. You're pretty much just putting it together as you think everything's happening. You don't really interact with anything else but these little memories that are floating around the village, and that you have to follow in order to progress to like the next piece of the puzzle.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
It is. It actually is like because I mean you never hear anything like that, so it's actually
No.
very unique, right? But it's cool. Again, there's not much gameplay. Again, you can't see yourself. You open doors. You interact with like these radios that are around where you listen to like the main character, I guess you can call her. Besides that, though, I mean, it's really like I seriously, I mean, like I try and like obviously like anyone else, pay attention to games and try and figure out what's going on. But I listen to like after I beat it, sorry, I listened to like a group on GameSpot, I think, talk about it like amongst themselves about what they thought the game was about.
Yes.
And I totally found shit out that I'd never even thought was like going on in the game. And I was like, holy fuck, like
Yeah.
that's what was happening. Like
Yeah.
it was like there's a little bit like racism and shit in there. It's almost like fucking like the Bioshock. Like
What era was it again? Sorry, I don't know.
I think it's like when I first like watched gameplay, I thought it was like in the 1800s. It's like I think it's like probably 19 like 80 or something like that, or 70. Like it's not that old.
Yeah, oh, that's what it is. I remember.
It's like it's like
yes.
post art time kind of thing. It's just
Yes, I believe it is.
it's like okay, yeah, it's like the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can just tell by just the shit that's around the world. It's cool too because I'm playing it.
Yeah.
And it's creepy. You're following. It's pretty much like I said. You're following memories in the order you want to listen to them.
Yes.
But it's like it's pretty much you're following these orbs of light, and you realize like this light is something like what is this light? And you actually throughout the game, like I could talk about it endlessly, but you just find out what it's doing here. Is it some kind of extraterrestrial thing? You know what I mean? Like, and it's creepy because it's just going around the entire map, following you. Sometimes it like kind of like makes symbols in front of you to try and get you to follow because it wants you to listen to this memory like out in this farm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And everything is total. The day night cycle. There's not really anything. It's just pretty much all evening time. So it's really eerie because everything. There's birds chirping. There's like insects and stuff. But it's just pure daytime, nothing around, and it's just the most. It's almost like eerie, but it's almost not even scary. But it just creeps up on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's really interesting. And I just when you said that it was in the 1800s, it had a radio in the video, so I just trying to comprehend how stupid you were. But
What a dick.
I didn't see the radios when I watched the gameplay, so I was like, "Oh, this must be back in the old fuck you."
No, it looked really interesting, and I like that it is a narrative. It is like almost like a novel in a game. So I think though, like when you looked at GameSpot and you learn some new things, it's almost like the interpretation changes from person to person. Or
yeah, it really does.
So I think it's a really interesting game, and I may get it. You said it was only $15 Canadian.
20. That's the thing too. I bet it in beat it. Sorry, I beat it in like I think 5.5 hours, and like when you search up the gameplay time, it's like it's around 5 to 6 hours, and it's only $20, so it's worth every penny, pretty much.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
The Vanishing
of Ethan Carter. Yeah, sorry, I just sent that because the instant you started describing the game, Evan, it made me think of a game that I was looking into getting, but I just never did.
I never heard of it until now.
Yeah, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I seen it on Steam a long time ago. It's the same idea. You're a private investigator.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out about the disappearance of a child, or I can't remember, Ethan Carter, the person. And you have to explore the world sort of thing, and you're following paranormal activities to figure out the crime and stuff like that, and the timeline of events leading to the to the death, if it is death.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful game. Like I've seen lots of pictures, and apparently it's beautiful. Like everyone's gone to the Rapture.
Yeah. I'm actually looking at pictures now, and you brought it up again. Like Mitchell, I never heard of it. It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently it got tons of great reviews. It's not a super long game, like maybe the same as the other one there, but it definitely is very beautiful. From what
When did this game come out?
Apparently last year.
I was gonna say, man, graphics look
Both
incredible.
of these games make me think back to Alan Wake. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Man, that's exactly. Oh my god, man! I'm talking about the game. I'm fucking nightmares.
Oh yeah, I actually just plugged in my Xbox again, like I mentioned, and that's another game. I was halfway through last time I was home and on my work term. I was trying to finish it up again, and I didn't get a chance, so I might do that now that I got the chance.
Definitely, I couldn't put that game down since I got into it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but these kind of games like mystery, like almost it is almost like a novel. Following the game, and it's a lot of intrigue, to say the least.
It is.
Good to hear about that game, though.
Definitely.
I may keep it in mind.
Yeah, they're what's the developers are called? The Chinese room, I'm pretty sure, is the name of the developer.
That's racist.
It's the Canadian room. They did a game I heard of that I never played. It was like Dear Esther, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was like the same. Pretty much was the same exact thing, same type of idea. It was just totally different, obviously,
Yes.
story and stuff.
Yes. So like that like brings me to almost like I think it's Heavy Rain.
You told me about that, yeah.
Like Heavy Rain is another game that's exactly like there's not a whole lot of crazy gameplay in there, but you're basically trying to solve these murders that are happening by this origami murderer, like serial killer, and it's apparently it's a beautiful game. I watched like a good amount of gameplay. I never owned it because, like I said, I wasn't a PS3 I wasn't a PS3 guy. But apparently, it's another beautiful game. They had a game like Between Two Souls, I believe that's it. Where it was the same idea. It was a story-based game. I think there's a lot of room for games like these. I wish there was a lot more of them.
Yeah, I know.
And I would
Yeah,
almost
they're
call
cool.
The Last of Us almost like it.
Oh, the story was strong enough to be just like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
No, man, I gotta get on the topic because I know Jordan has. I was just thinking, man, Jordan and me back in the day played a fair share of just crazy fucking games. And I was gonna say, just on the spooky topic of these like eerie ass games, Jordan, what are some like eerie ass creepy games that you've played on the older systems or current systems?
One of my all-time favorites, man, is The Suffering. You remember that one? When
Yeah,
you're
I
in the
remember that.
prison, there's like all these like crazy fucking mutant monsters coming
Yep.
after you and shit.
Yep. In the
There's
box
that
art was
one.
the dude just in the electric hat or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that one. There's Condemned.
That was fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Was,
Like that jump scare when you're going up to the locker and Buddy's body's in there and you're gonna take a picture.
The worst part has to be the mannequins.
Oh yeah, man. They just like all of a sudden appear, like they move and all this other shit. What the fuck?
that's almost similar to the original BioShock, where I don't know if you played a whole lot of that, but there's a part of the game where you activate these statues if you go a certain way, and they start following you. When you look behind you, they're not moving, but every time you look around and turn around, they get closer and closer to you.
Wow.
It's pretty intense. Yeah, it like BioShock 1 was actually like a pretty big horror game in my opinion.
Yeah, it was really good, man.
Yeah. Whoa.
What else is there?
Are you shaking your dick or was that your dog?
That was my dog.
Oh.
My dick don't got a collar on it.
Oh.
Sounded
What
really
is
hairy.
mine then?
Jesus.
Oh god. That's not a collar, hun. That's
That's no snake honey.
yeah. So we weren't going to talk about this, but I think it was fun talking about games that are I think mixed between like thrillers, scary, horror, intriguing, make you think.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love them. And sorry, it was Beyond Two Souls, not Between Two Souls. Beyond Two Souls. But I think they're awesome games.
You
And
want to talk about real horror? I say those pussies at I think it's Kojima and Del Toro better get their fucking shit together and finish PT, you little bastards.
Yes. I'm sure a lot of people out there are familiar with PT. If not, then it's a playable trailer for Silent Hills.
Or was.
It was. It wasn't. It wasn't continued.
And you can no longer download it, and if you delete it off your console, you're fucked. Now, Evan, I need you to tell them about your scary experience every morning.
Okay, this is it. Okay, so like, I think we've talked about it before. I'm like one of those guys where even though at first I'm a pussy about something, I'm so intrigued by it that I'll know everything about it because I research and read about it and shit. Like PT, I'll watch Mitchell and then play it for hours because it's so scary and fucking shit. But like, you give me the controller and I'll just like hand it back to you. Like automatically, I'm just like fuck off. Even though like I would buy it and I would man up the courage eventually to play it. But anyway, so I did end up like obviously down for myself to show like my friends when they were over my house too that haven't checked it out. And I ended up like it got deleted. Like they said, they took it off PlayStation Store and Xbox, whatever other store it was on. So couldn't get any more. And I'd be up playing, in the summer, PlayStation until like 4 in the morning, and every single morning. This has happened to other people too. Around 4 o'clock sharp, I'd be on YouTube or something, or Netflix, or just playing something else, and all of a sudden the PlayStation notification from the top left of the screen comes over, and it's like PT resumed downloading. It was like PT resumed, and I'm just like.
God. That's actually pretty awesome.
I
That
know, and
sounds like some scary shit.
God, Mitchell.
but I was like,
I'm back!
I was thinking of some weird glitch shit. And for the next week, a month, I'd be like up coincidentally at 4 because I didn't have work, and I'd be like playing games and shit. And then I'd just be like, all of a sudden, right around 4, I'd be clued in. Oh shit, dude. Fuck, it's gonna happen. Like, kind of thing. All of a sudden,
I remember one of the first times it happened. Me and you were playing games, and you're like, man, you're not gonna believe what just happened. I'm like, what? You're like, PT resumed downloading. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, it just said it resumed downloading.
It's a lie.
It'd be funny if like it was just like the internal clock in the PlayStation 4 was just automatically set. Go like reset downloads at 4 o'clock in the morning.
But I ended up just finding my downloads, and I just ended up like canceling it. So I pretty much got rid of the demon. But fuck, man, I'm so serious.
Got rid of the demon.
It's still there.
It's still there. It's never gone. Yeah.
I just imagine like the Ring. Remember the TV would turn on by itself and stuff. I just imagine that happening. Just the PlayStation turns on,
Imagine,
turns the TV.
can you fucking imagine that? That'd be a scary scene. I'm laying in bed on my phone, and I have my gamer chair, my PlayStation, like in my TV at the end of my bed almost. So like I'm laying on my bed and I can see everything, but it's totally dark. Obviously, I'm in bed. All of a sudden, like TV turns on and all here's a like PS4 notification. All I see is like Peach.
All of a sudden, it's like you're just laying in bed, and then you're like, she grabs your face. She's like, oh.
oh
Your face. It's like, oh god.
Well, I'm thinking of
I'm
Snapchat
coming
selfie.
for you!
Holy
Oh, fuck
shit!
this.
Oh god, it sounds like a chipmunk. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Believe it or not, I showed somebody that clip today to show them because I was saying what movies I had on my computer. I said Freddy got fingered, and he was like, "What fucking movie is that?" I was like, "Is that a porno?" I was like, "No, man, it's Tom Green. You have to watch it." I was like, "I'm gonna show you." Yeah, I'm gonna show you one scene that dictates the rest of the movie, and I showed him the sausages scene.
Oh my god! I remember.
Yes.
I was gonna say at the end of the movie. Remember, like when it's prolonged and shit. We watched it over your house, Josh, and it was like even like an actor with a sign in the movie folds up a sign. And is like, "Is this movie over yet?" or something like that.
Yeah. It's breaking the fourth wall. But funny when I was like scanning to get to that scene of the sausages, I coincidentally stopped at the horse dick scene.
Oh,
And he was like,
Daddy, I'm a farmer.
Daddy? Yeah. Oh my shit. But anyways, great movie.
Oh god, unreal.
But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I want to thank Jordan for coming out and joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
It'll be the first of many.
Yes.
That wasn't clapping, that was fapping, by the way. We don't clap for each other.
Wait, we were clapping?
For each other.
I was slapping my ass.
Shit.
Jordan, 2015 to forever. No, thank you very much for coming out. We had some interesting talks about some awesome games. They actually gave me ideas about games I want to play again. But yeah. But until next time, make sure you visit our Twitter page, Scoreboard Gamers, and as well,
Get on that shit.
we're gonna be posting links. So don't worry, we're not gonna leave you hanging. And yeah, thank you.
Out with your wang out.
I'm Joshua. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Evan.
I'm Mitchell.
I'm Gail.
Woo!
Hey.
Good night.